Shalom, shalom, sisters.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory and praise to the Most High God.
All praise and glory to the Most High. How about Shema Shai? Shabbat lesson through the spirit. Back to the basics. How to be a better sister. You can never talk about this. You know what I mean? This is classic 101. But it's things you must know in this life.
I have to forgive my baby.
Right when we start the video.
It's okay. The Satan is not going to stop the work. Okay? Satan have the babies too.
Yeah, you do. But we just doing our basics today. How to be a better sister. Classic, you know. Oh, that's a pretty picture. So I can't look at. So I guess first thing we can touch on is okay, how to be a better sister. You know what I mean? When it comes to being a sister, it's love. To sum it up, it's love. But then you break it down and say, well, what does love look like? So what does love look like being a sister? Because they can pull them on screen. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen. Julie. I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can see the precepts. Which one do I do first? So come on, we gotta be able to love our sisters, and it's really something that you can never go over too much because, you know, under these curses, our sisters, you know, hate one another. You want to talk bad about other sisters, and you know, respect the person. The list goes on. So, being new women in this truth, we gotta be able to, you know, go back to that note. Okay, how do I love my sister as myself? How do I love like Christ loved? You know, and I'm gonna get this one first. And if you have something, you can mark that out too. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 9. And it reads, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. I'm going to get this in the BLB. Dissimulation. Just so we have a good understanding of what dissimulation means. All right. Oh shoot, I put the wrong part.
Just click the verse. Yeah.
Can I do it again?
Click the verse.
Click
Click Romans 12 and 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did it the first time I doing that. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. She's a tech savvy one. But it reads unfeigned, undisguised, sincere. So we gotta be sincere with our love. You can't be showing fake love. The Most High will quickly expose us. That's why we gotta really do the groundwork, go back to the milk, fast, pray, ask the Most High to put the spirit of love within us and all the rest of the fruits of the spirit so that we're able to love with sincerity. Yeah. Unfeigned love, undisguised love. You ain't got no disguise. You're putting on a mask. Oh yeah, sis, shalom. Oh yeah, look. But the Most High sees through all of that. Sees through that. I'll go back. Where is that? Okay, right here. I yield with that.
Okay, I guess you can go to your next precept that you have, which is the verse 10. The next one you have.
Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna get verse 10 as well. So Romans chapter 12. Sorry, I'm doing this with my left hand. That's why I'm so slow. Verse 10 reads, be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. So we got to be lowly, humble with our sisters, prefer them, prefer my good sis over me. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. It's a practice of being selfless. Gotta be selfless when you're trying to build a sisterhood. You gotta be selfless. Kindly affection, one to another with sisterly love. These are the things we gotta do. These are the things we gotta do. And I think I want another one in John 15, 13.
Before you go to that precept, I also wanted to add kind, so like I was saying earlier, when actually, me and y'all and I was talking about the video before we did it or whatever, and kind, that's what love is. Like, how do you be a better sister when you show love? But that's just the general aspect of it, because there's a lot of ways you show love and a lot of ways you don't show love, and you got to get into it. You got to really get into it. And so one of the ways is preferring one another, meaning putting other sisters before yourself. Being selfless, checking on sisters. Seeing if sisters need anything. You know what I mean? But kind of it's being humble. That's what Christ did.
Yeah.
He put other people over him. So we move like Christ by putting our sisters above us. And now there's some times where you need to take a minute to yourself.
Yeah.
And take a step back. And that's okay too, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So it's also having that balance. You know what I mean? It's having that balance. That doesn't mean neglect yourself and, don't make sure you're good or whatever, because we know that there's their friend that always check up on everybody.
Yeah.
There's always there for everybody. You know what I mean? And so it's also checking up on the sisters that always check up on you. That's always doing these things and, making the videos, putting the expectations up. It's checking up on your sisters as well. You know what I mean? What kind got you?
Just like you said, can't pour from an empty cup. I mean, just like I was saying earlier, you don't want to be fake with it. You want to be fake with it. If you know that you're not at the capacity right now to fully be at, 100, take that time.
And that's okay.
Step back, yeah. I mean, you're still in this flesh. But as long as you have the intentions on being, at that 100, being perfect in the spirit, Lord willing, it's okay to take that time and be like, okay, I just need my space. I need to, connect with the Most High, and get these spirits off.
Let me get back to you.
Exactly. But this is just a precept. This is the greatest love right here. John 15 and 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And that's what Yahushua did. He showed the ultimate act of love. And we're supposed to be following Christ, so we got to be able to mimic his example to the best of our ability. Because he was found with no guile. He was perfect. And
he left us an example.
Exactly. That perfect example.
Come on. Speaking of, can you go to 1 Peter, I want to say it's 1 Peter 2 and 21. 21?
Oh. Let's go do it. Okay. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21.
Yep. For even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that you should follow his steps, who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth, who when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judgeth righteously, who is also bear our sins in our body on the tree, that we've been dead to sin and should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes you were healed. So Christ left us the perfect example that we should follow. He showed us how to show love. He showed us, how to be sincere. He showed us all these things. And so really it's just applying them, not just being hearers of the words, but doers, fighting that flesh, putting off the old woman and striving to be Christ-like, striving to be like, come on, show me how to shine. Striving to be those godly women in the house of the Most High. And that's loving your sister, loving your neighbor as you love yourself. That's what we're here to talk about. How do you love your sister above yourself? I guess you go to Leviticus 19 to 17.
To be ambidextrous.
The what?
To be ambidextrous.
I don't know why you're using those big words.
Being able to use your left hand and your right hand.
Interesting.
Both really well.
Yeah, that ain't me.
Oh shoot. 19. Okay.
You're doing great though.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, y'all.
You scrolled past it.
Oh, I did. Oh shoot. I'm sorry.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. So not a man shall bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. Actually, verse 16 too. Thou shalt not go up and down as a terror among the people, neither shall I stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. So this is the Most High. Use the most. Tell us a few ways to show love. Not hating your sister in your heart, rebuking her when she's going off, and not suffering sin upon her. So love is telling you what you don't want to hear, but what you need to hear. And that's why this word is a two-edged sword, because it's gonna prick us. It's gonna be like, ouch, dang. Like correction is not always gonna feel good, but as your sister, I'm gonna be real with you and tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. And I know as women can be emotional, and it's okay to be comforting. Sis, I'm sorry to hear that. Those comforting words, but you gotta bring the precepts down. I gotta tell you what you need to hear. That's how you're gonna grow. That's how you're gonna grow. I don't know. A sister was telling me, some sisters, and unfortunately, we in this flesh. Sometimes we like to hop around and till we find the right person that's gonna agree with us and tell us what we want to hear instead of what we need to hear. And we don't want to move like that, right? Love is not bearing a grudge. It's being forgiving, being kind and compassionate. Being merciful. Love is not gossiping and telling each other business. Love is not standing against the blood of our neighbor. So not, Lord, we're not in these times right now, but it's not, not watching your sister get beat up or,
or jumping in.
Right. Or in a bloody situation. You know what I mean? So these are examples of how to love your sister. These are some examples of how to love your sister.
Mm-hmm. And just not always trying to get back.
Yeah.
We gotta be able to let stuff go as sisters. Like the Most High, He was so merciful to be willing to forgive all of our sins, coming into this truth, and Lord knows what we did. We can't be moving in the spirit of wanting to avenge and wanting to bear grudges and all that. The Most High didn't do that to us.
Yeah, and that's that Romans precept. The Most High is gonna get up with people. So we don't want to be moving in that spirit of revenge, like the precept said as well. I forgot to touch on this so I can, and trying to play get back. Let the Most High fight for you. You're gonna deal with people. And one thing about the Most High, you gotta start 1:29. One thing about the Most High, He's gonna expose you if you're not being sincere. He's gonna expose you.
Exactly. You don't want to be made a fool in front of the congregation, whether you're in a congregation or not, but within the nation. You don't want to be seen as insincere. And be insincere long enough. Make sure that my priest of you guys for.
No, go down.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, go down. Just go. Go down.
Sorry.
It's just that's like the beginning.
Prologue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 29. Yeah. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take heed with thy speakers. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so Yahweh will discover thy secrets and cast you down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. So if you're not being a sincere sister, or you're moving in deceit, you gotta just respect a person's spirit. You're not really treating this with the same love you treat this sister. You know what I mean? Most High's gonna expose that. We don't want to move in that clicked up spirit. And I'm gonna say this right now: you're not gonna be close with everybody, and that's okay. I'm pretty sure everybody can probably see this. My dog right here. You know what I mean? Okay, we're pretty close. Okay. I'm not gonna have the same bond like this with every single sister that I talk to, or every single sister in the nation. So you're gonna have sisters that you cleave to your life. You're gonna have sisters that you're more close with. That's all right. Yeah, that's normal. That's expected. But you don't want to move. You don't want to move in the clicked up spirit where she in my camp, she in my congregation, she in the group chat. That's not twin them. That's not my dog. So I'm gonna just kind of move funny with the sister. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. It's the little fake paces. Don't really want to talk. Only by being short with her. You might be a new sister joining the camp, or might be your first time at the camp, or you might be from out of town and you want to stop by the camp, whatever the case may be. You don't want to treat a sister differently because she's not a part of the body or she's not who y'all are used to, because we're all sisters at the end of the day. A color, a name, a camp doesn't differentiate how we should treat one another. We should still treat one another with the same love and respect, because we all number dust and ashes. Genesis 18:27. We're all but dust and ashes. You passed it.
Also, right there.
Yeah, come on. So I just want to throw it out there, because the scriptures say, "Be at peace with many, nevertheless have a counsel of 1,000." That's Sirach 6:6, if I'm not mistaken. So you're gonna be cool with a lot of sisters, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be buddy, tight knit, BFF. I'm gonna pull up at your house type of bond. You know what I mean? And that's okay. But just make sure that you're not moving respected persons and treating sisters differently, because that ain't like, twin them.
Right. And this is a lesson for me too. Because shoot, even Yahweh Shai, he wasn't best friends with every single person in the nation. No, he had 12 disciples.
Good point.
12 disciples. Even Yahweh Shai had a group of men, that he, not that he didn't love everybody else.
He did.
Right.
He did.
Yahweh Shai perfect. But he did have a certain group that, cleaving to their life.
Yeah.
Cleaving to his life, This is Sirach 13:15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. Verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. So it's in the scripts, man. It's in the scripts. All flesh consorting according to his kind. Just like Sister said, just because you cleave a little bit more to this sister, don't mean,
it's any bad blood.
Right. It's not no black blood.
Yeah.
But, don't dog the other sister out.
And move funny with her.
Right.
Yeah. And don't feel away and envy another sister's relationship with another sister.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I had to catch myself a few months ago. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you want to, like, there might be new sisters coming in your life, and you might want to really, really get to know the sister and be extra close with her, but that just might not be the most I will.
Right.
Y'all might speak and be cordial, but you're not gonna be, have the greatest bond and knit tight with every single sister, and that's okay. So that's also something I wanted to touch on. But it's still showing love to all of your sisters, no matter what, because it's kind. So I get on that. It's very so slow. Oh my goodness.
But come on, y'all. We're gonna get the book of Psalms.
Here we go.
The book of Psalms, chapter 141. It's not always about knowing everything in the scripts, man. If we can perfect loving one another, that will really take us a very long way. Because even how Shaq said, all the commandments, roughly paraphrasing, summed up into one. Love your neighbor as love yourself.
Right.
All the commandments fall under love.
Right. They do. That's why it's so important, because if you don't got love, you're not gonna make it. Because love, that's why Christ said that. That's why Christians be like, well, all I gotta do is love God. But you know what loving God is?
Keep the commandments.
Okay? If you love me, keep my commandments, John 14:15. So loving the Most High is doing what He said. And what He said was to love your neighbor. And loving your neighbor, I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm not gonna steal from you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna do you wrong. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna bear your burdens. I'm gonna rebuke when you need to. But in meekness, I'm gonna be. That's what love is. So that's what Christ said that. But you got it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 141 and verse 1. Lord, I cry unto thee. Make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties. Let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness. And let him reprove me. It shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. I'll pause right there so expand.
Gone. So I like verse 5. That's what I want to say. Just mighty precepts. But verse 5, you're gonna love is also smiting your sister, right? Which is reproof. It's a reproof, and it shall be a kindness. It's an excellent oil. Think about oil. I always like to use this analogy. Think when you oil your scalp. It's not gonna break your head. It ain't gonna do none terrible. Y'all know how I feel when you get that
Washed.
yeah, freshly washed hair on, fresh braid. It feels so good. Get that oil in your scalp, rub it in, massage it. I love people rubbing my hair. It feels good. It ain't gonna do nothing wrong to you. It's gonna help you grow. It's gonna help your hair grow. It's a lot of benefits for your hair. Even oil is a lot of benefits for your skin. And that's the same with her proof. It may not feel good at the moment, especially when you first get your hair done, the braids, it's kind of tight. Yeah, it might not feel good right at the moment, but it's to help you. It's to help you. And sometimes, like I was saying to the spirit, we're gonna have to tell our sisters what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Because that's what love is. That's what love is. I can't watch you go off. Right. So I frankly don't care if you want to hear it or not. You're gonna hear it. Okay. And it's up to you. It's up to you if you take heed or not. I did my part to blow off my hands, and so we just gotta make sure we do our part. That's the important thing. Do your part, because we all have to stand before Yahweh Shah in that day. As long as you do your part and know that you did your best, you did what you're supposed to do. You cannot control nobody else's behavior. You cannot control how nobody else treats you. You cannot control how nobody else moves in the spirit. If they being sincere to you, if they being genuine towards you or not, you can't control that. What you can control is how you move as a sister, because you got to answer for your actions. So do your part. Tell your sister what she needs to hear. Be there for your sister. If the sister don't really hit you up like that, if she don't really, it's not. And you ain't got to talk to sister every single day. You ain't got to talk to sister every but make sure you're reaching out to sisters. Make sure you're reaching out to sisters, checking up on sisters, because that's a part of love, man. Bear on the burdens. But I just want to get that precept. Important to reprove one another in this thing. It's important. Yeah. Because who else gonna tell you? These heathens sure ain't.
Your worldly family ain't.
Okay. They like to see you in your iniquity. So that's what we gotta hold each other accountable. We gotta be around sisters that's gonna hold another accountable. Right. And not sisters that's just gonna watch us do folly and madness. You gotta join in on it. Right. You gotta be around sisters that's gonna hold you accountable, but like, you tripping. You need to get together. Okay. So yeah.
And text sisters back. Text sisters back. Some sisters you check on them. Hey sis, Shalom, how you doing? You don't hear from them until 2 months later.
Right. That's a big thing.
Like if
ain't that busy.
Yeah, come on.
We all busy.
You on your phone. I know you see my text. If you can't get to it that day, okay. The next day, the next morning, okay, Shalom. But don't you don't want to cause no offense. Yeah. You don't want to make no sister feel like, dang, I'm trying to reach out my hand, check on the sister, and she just ignore me. That's not a good feeling. Nobody wants to be ignored.
Right. And I see you posting on Instagram.
Right. And then,
so you didn't see Iberia pop up at the top. You tell me you didn't see my name pop up at the top.
And look, they say you didn't see.
And I understand we be busy. I get that. Yeah. Y'all don't think I have a 3-month-old. She has a 1-year-old. We understand busy life. We understand mom life, wife life, having to get things. When I tell you there's been days where we maybe sat down only once to catch our breath. Yeah. Non-stop business. So we get that. Ain't nobody saying to text us back right then and there. Right. If you need to text us back the next morning, the next day, that's fine. Because sometimes I'll text back late. Like, I'll get back to you, but sometimes after a long, exhausted day, I don't want to be on my phone. Hell, I need to catch my breath and get my spirit refreshed. So I get that, because you got to work at your own salvation. I get that. Mm-hmm. But like the sister said, okay, now, it's been a week. Okay. It's been 3 weeks. Like,
come on now. I hope it wasn't nothing important.
It's what I'm saying. Like, you never know my sister texting you. Your sister might have could have needed you at that moment. Yeah. She might have could need counsel. And then you text back, oh, never mind, sis. It's all right. Damn, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
And that's not a good feeling. And we don't know what y'all watching your shot is gonna say in that day. Like, dang, the sister was at her very lowest point. That could have been her last resort. It could have took everything in her to even reach out, and you just take your time, text him back, and this and that. Like, you never know. You never know. So if you're able to do it, that's a way to give alms as well. Give good counsel.
That's a good point.
You gotta give good counsel. You gotta be there. Just like my little purple.
Just think about something. And that goes into preferring one another. Yeah. Putting sisters above herself, being selfless. Yeah. That's what that goes into. You never know what the sister might have needed. You never know.
That's right. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse. We're gonna read one. We're gonna read 1 too. Because you never know when you gonna need a sister. Just think about it. You done neglected this sister all this time. Then when it's your turn, well now you need something.
Being fake.
Then you did, now you mad. Granted, you know, we're not doing tit for tat, but if it just happened to play out that way, you can't even be mad. You can't, you know, we gotta expect these things out of one another and also be what we're expecting. Gotta be the change. This is verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. So be considerate. Be considerate, unless you be in that same situation like I was just talking about. And then verse 2, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach. So bearing one another's burdens.
Keep reading.
Oh yeah.
Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. This is a really good chapter. Really good chapter.
I love Galatians 6.
But we gotta just try to do better with bearing one of those burdens. That can look like fasting for a sister, praying for a sister, praying with a sister, fasting with the sister.
Ask if she want to read.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going the extra mile.
Yeah.
So that's what love is. It's really being. It's like it's putting your sisters before you. Like, for example, the sister, she makes triggers every day through the spirit. You know, I post daily exhortations every day through the spirit, daily prayer. This could look like, you might know, it might be a sister, she might be a little older sister, she might be a sister that really be on social media. So she don't really have a way to see the exhortations. She don't really be on social media, she don't really be on YouTube. So you go the extra mile and you send it to her every morning.
Yeah.
To make sure she gets it.
Right.
That's going that extra mile. That's putting the sister before yourself. Sometimes you gotta do it in the spirit. Oh, let me ask if she wanna fast. Let me ask if she wanna go on the phone and we can read. Right. You know what I mean? I know we be busy, but that's why you make time.
Right.
You make time. You make time for the thing you want to make time for. Sacrifice that time you want to relax and watch that movie. Watch the movie later. The sister need to read with the sister.
Yes.
Hey, sis, you want to read every Monday, 3 o'clock?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You want to do a Sabbath study every other Friday, 8 o'clock?
Let's do it.
You got to do things like that. That's how we stay in the spirit, man.
And just being considerate, you know, if a sister is struggling with something, she can vent to you about a couple things a couple times, and you might see a sister you watch. She just did a video on it. Boom. I watch this video. This is a mighty video, sis. I think this will help you, you know, with the season you're in.
Yeah.
Simple. Here, hey sis, here's some notes. The sister, she take mighty notes. Here's some notes on the video I just watched. Lord willing, is helpful in the spirit. Little stuff like that. Stuff you've already doing for yourself. You just simply taking a picture and sending it.
Yep, and that's
take 3 seconds out your day.
Actually, look, this makes me think of this precept right here. Look, both the babies sleep. Sirach 33 and 17. Consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all of them that seek learning. So we don't read and study just for ourselves. We do it also so we can send notes to sisters when they're going through it. Would you be surprised how many notes I've sent to sisters? Be surprised how many notes sisters have sent me. I want to flesh too. Okay? Yeah. You'd be surprised. Sisters need those notes. Sisters need those videos you're watching. So we don't just read and study for ourselves. We don't just do the things for ourselves. We do it to share it because we go through things common to man. So them notes you're taking down, another sister's eventually going to need them notes. That's why it's important to take notes when you watch videos. Right. You know, when you're watching videos, retain the information and knowledge through the spirit. So when a sister is going through something that you've already been through or you've studied upon, you're able to share those precepts with her, that knowledge through the spirit because you read about it, you studied upon it. Mm-hmm. So send those notes to that sister, you know. Oh. That's how we war in spirit as well together. Hey sis, while I was watching this video, I want to share this video with you. Mm-hmm. I did my part.
Yeah. And you also, I feel like me personally, I feel like I learn better when I take notes.
Definitely. I feel like
I'm really in tune with
Yeah.
the lesson rather than just you got the lesson playing, you kind of doing this, that,
Yeah.
whatever. But you sitting down, you taking notes, you really like, okay, this is what's happening, this is how that precept goes with this precept, this is how this applies to my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I want to read this because this just goes into basically everything we're talking about. Matthew 5:41. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. So it's, go on that extra mile whenever you can. Just like Sister was saying, Sister asked you, hey, can you read with me? Honestly, we can read today and tomorrow. Or every Monday, so and so day and time. Stuff like that. So just going the extra mile.
Come on.
And I'm gonna just get this because this is classic. And you can't bring out too much fruits of the spirit. All right. Verse 22 reads, but the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So when we have certain interactions with sisters, we got to try to remember the fruits of the spirit. We got to try to remember, like, when I was speaking to that sister, was it gentle? Was it meek what I said to her? Did I have patience with the sister when she was going through whatever she was going through? Or, even with sisters in the world too, you gotta apply the fruits of the spirit too. Be long suffering. They not in this thing, so they're not gonna do the right thing. Plain and simple, they're not gonna do the right thing. But you still gotta be gentle. Still gotta show goodness, meekness. Show your faith through your works. All these things are needed. Being peaceful. Not always trying to strive with yourself. It's not always a fight.
There's no competition. There's no.
Right.
We gotta act like this. There's no evil eye, and we also gotta make sure we're not moving in that evil eye spirit, because it's easy to get moved like that in this truth. Because I'm not gonna act like the sisterhood and the truth is the best. It's really not. It actually kind of sucks.
It does.
Right? It's really not the best. So that's why it's so important to be a sincere sister and move in the right spirits. That's why it's so important. Like the sister was saying, like, we have to make sure that the things that we're saying, we apply it to ourselves. Like, this is not just for y'all, but for us as well. But we also have to make sure we apply it to the sisters in the world, because they don't know any better. And there's really no difference. She can go to it. There's really no difference between our sisters in the world and us. The only difference is that we have the law and they don't. And the only reason that we have the law is because the Most High, how about you, shows mercy and grace. It's nothing that we've done. And so we got to be mindful how we talking to our sisters in the world, how we're viewing them, how we treating them. Yeah, they be in madness, but we was just in madness too. Like, and of course, we don't like wickedness and sin and evil, but there's a way how you treat our sisters. There's a way how you talk to them, because you got to attract bees with honey. Yeah. You're not gonna be that light and bring sisters, Lord willing, into the faith and be that righteous example if you don't even know how to be a sister. You can't just be a sister to sisters in the world. You gotta be a sister to sisters in the. You can't just be a sister to sisters in the truth. You have to know how to be a sister to sisters in the world, because the sisters in the truth, they got the script, they got the law. We trying to just keep enduring this thing and be better. The sisters in the world don't know what's going on. So that's how you gotta be a sister to them and be that light to them in that way. And something else I was thinking about is something else I think about this precept. Just like the sisters, just being gentle how you speak to your sisters. Like, for example, I'm just gonna give a personal example. There's been times when me and my mom, I've gotten real passionate, out of order, not honoring my mom as I should with my tone and how I talk to her. And we don't want to move like that. And I've had to repent for that, because that's still my mom. I still have to honor her. And although she's not the truth, like we were saying, through like the sister said, the spirit, they not gonna do it. They don't have the spirit of the Most High, because the spirit is given to those that obey Him. That's an act. They don't have the spirit. They don't have the law, statutes, and commandments, so they're not going to do right. But we have to be patient with them, just as the Most High has been patient with us. And that doesn't mean like keep repeating yourself over and over and over again. Because we know what Titus 3:10 say: after the first and second admonition, reject. See the same chapter. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition reject. And a heretic is somebody that just don't want to do right. It's somebody that don't want to, basically. Let's get the definition. Okay.
Here taking the BLV.
Fitted or able, let me just read that.
Yeah.
A follower of a false doctrine, facetious. And also, you Google it, it's a person holding an opinion at odds with what is generally accepted. So this Bible is what should be accepted. So it's basically a person that don't is doing what the opposite of the Bible. That's not really trying to hear what the Bible say. So, of course, people in the world, you tell them about the truth and you reprove them when they're going off, but you got to know how to be practical as well in this walk. Like, like it's a way of how you be a light. You know what I mean? It's not because they're not gonna do right. So it's not every time you get on the phone, Mama, you need to stop doing it. You know what I mean? It's a time and place everything. It's a time and place everything. And so just you gotta know how to move with people in the world. You know what I mean? You gotta know how to move with people in the world. And sometimes it'll just come up. They might ask you a question. Or that's how you get it. Like you don't want to just be. It's a video I recommend since the watch if you're married after your husband. The SOT did a video about 3 years ago. It's a street teacher video. It's called "How to Be Practicing This Walk." It's like a 20-30 minute video. It's so much meat. It's so many gems dropped in just a short video, and it's a good example of how to be practical in this walk. You don't bust in the house. All your ass going to hell. Take them damn pants off. Get that damn fork off the table. It's a way how to be a light. It's a way to rebuke this. It's a way to talk to people, especially in the world. So I think that we have to learn in this walk is how to have that relationship with people in the world. You can still be yourself. That's still cousin and still mama. So still treat them with the same love and gentleness. And I know we get real worked up sometimes when the truth is like you're trying to tell them to do right, they just won't. Well, they're not gonna do right until the Most High puts the script. So stop wasting your breath. Just be the light. Just have a normal conversation and be planting the seed, like the Most High word I do time. But stop repeating yourself. You're gonna drive yourself mad.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to harp on that, because I see sisters that what I don't like is us just the way we speak about our sisters in the world, like they still have feelings. They're still human. You know what I mean? Like we were just like them. We wouldn't want to get talked to like that. You gotta know how to move and be meek and gentle. You can't be I don't know.
They still God's chosen people.
Right. You never know.
But they still.
The Most High can bring that sister to the truth.
Yep.
She even part of the look. When you talk crazy.
Yeah.
It could be angel unawares. Like we just gotta be mindful how we. What you say?
That's just she can come in at the last second.
Yeah, you just gotta be mindful how you treat and talk to people.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to make this truth and the ministry look bad. You don't want to have a bad name. You don't know how to move. You know how to be a sister in the truth, but that's about it. You got to be a sister to the souls in the world as well, and it's also bearing their burdens. Yeah. Like I'm pretty cool with sisters in the world. Like there's a few people I've met in the world in the truth that are in the world that I'm pretty close with, and there's some people that I'm pretty close with that I've known from in the world for years and still have good bonds to the spirit. And so. And of course, now, of course, when you come into the truth, you might lose a lot of friendships with people in the world. But there are some that might stick around. And for me, I can say that there's one that stuck around. There's a few that are stuck around. And we talk here and there, you know what I mean? There's some bonds that I have with people in the world. And, you be that light, man. You be yourself. Mm-hmm. You be yourself. When they come to you, and they need to vent, you give them counsel according to the scriptures, and that's how you be the light. Is when you plant that seed. Yeah. You tell them what they really need to be doing, what they need to hear through Yahweh Shema Shai, and that's how you really be that light and plant that seed. And you pray for them. You ask them if you want to pray. I'm always here. Things like that. Because sisters, we gonna vent. We be needing somebody to talk to. So when they come to you, perfect opportunity to plant that seed, drop that seed. Yeah. So this is a time and place, everything, how you go about it. But it's just still being yourself. You done already told them the truth. They came to you a few times about some things. You done said your part. You can't control nobody. You know what I mean? But if the Most High has people in the world that's in your life still, be that light. Be that light. Attract bees with honey. Because we were once just there. So are you? Oh, the precept. I don't want to be too long-winded. I'm very long-winded right now. I'm sorry.
I like to.
To speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness to all men. But we ourselves also are sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving divers lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. But after that, the kindness and love of Yahweh, our Savior, toward men appeared, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy, he saved us by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit, which he shed on us abundantly through the Mashiach, our Savior, that being justified by his grace, we should be made heirs according to the hope of eternal life. God, I mean, that's what you do.
The computer just took over.
But kind of, we don't want to speak evil of our sisters. And what would you say speaking evil of our sisters is?
Just putting sisters down. Nobody should be like, oh, this ugly behind sister. She this, and that. I don't know why she thought that she was doing something. She came out the house looking like that. I don't know what she. Just madness. Just madness. I can't even give too many examples, but you know in your spirit when you going on.
Yeah.
Or at least you should. If you're not, that's scary territory.
And we can't be speaking evil of our sisters in the truth as well.
Because in the world.
Huh?
In the world, it's in the truth.
So we can't be speaking evil of our sisters in the truth as well.
Oh, we're talking about the world.
I'm just adding in the truth as well. I'm adding
my bad. My bad.
I'm just throwing it in as well. But kind of yes.
But you know, gossiping, tattling, people bring it up too.
Yeah. But just like the sister saying, you don't want to put sisters down. You know, sisters in the world, you gotta be patient with them, man. We don't like what they're doing, but don't put the sisters down. They're still human at the end of the day, man. They still chosen people, man. The only difference is we have the law and they don't. And like the scripture just said, the only reason that we do is because the Most High have mercy on us. And who's to say he can have mercy on that sister? You're gonna be looking crazy in that day. There shouldn't be no respect of person. You shouldn't treat sisters in the truth differently because we keep the commandments. We still in the flesh too. Hell, we go up every day.
Yeah.
Our iniquity, we drink iniquity like water. Our sin, our righteousness is but as filthy rags.
Yeah.
We gotta be humble.
That's right.
Very humble.
And a lot of times, there's not a lot of accountability in the sisterhood in Israel. And, you know, people are quick to point the finger, oh, they did this, they did that, this, and that. But when you point at somebody, it's a finger, 3 fingers pointed back at you. So, we got to be able to take accountability in this truth. Be able to take that reproof, like Sister was saying earlier. We could do maybe next week or something like that on that. Just holding ourselves accountable. Holding ourselves accountable, and if we say we want sisterhood to be better, we gotta be that change. It starts with us.
Talking about it, but just do it, man. Just do it.
It starts with us, and this is definitely, a lesson for us. Just like we've been saying, it starts with us, so we gotta be that change, man. We gotta keep on keeping on. What is a precept in 1 Timothy? Yeah. You know what that precept was?
What's the precept?
The precept going not gossiping.
There's one in Sirach 19:6, and there's one in Wisdom of Solomon 1. Which one do you want?
I'll try Sirach 19:6. Dang it, really? I'm back to left-handed, y'all. All right, the book of Sirach. Chapter 19 and verse 6. No, but this is good too. It reads, he that can rule his tongue shall live without strife, and he that hateth babbling shall have less evil. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fare never the worse. Whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives. And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not. So, just like we were saying earlier, everybody, you're not going to be best friends with everybody. Might not even be friends with everybody. But still don't talk down about them and,
talk about what they got going on.
Yeah. Because you don't want to First of all, you want to stay blameless. That's first and foremost. And second of all, you don't want to. How do I word this? When you talk about people to other people, you typically, depending on that person, convince them, that other person, of a certain idea of that person, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense.
So you can,
Definitely.
words are very powerful.
Definitely.
They influence a lot. Just by you going and selling this other sister, like, yeah, this sister, she cussed me out like a dog, and she kind of slapped me too, and then this and that. What does that sister want to think of that sister? Oh, she has lots of fruits of the spirit. No, you don't think that this sister is violent, aggressive. Yeah, I don't know.
Granted, it was off. What she might have did, it was off.
Right.
But, that's what we were paying to apologize for.
Exactly. And if you can't share information without causing offense, don't even say it. Don't even say it. And that's where discernment comes into play. Bernie is just, mutual, point. They both know what's going on. Okay, we trying to get some matters going for righteousness' sake, but you just sitting up there just, oh yeah, we just kicks and giggles. We just need something to talk about. Oh, let's talk about what they got going on. Oh, this and that. No. And being a sister too is bearing one of those burdens and also not revealing them to everybody. That sister came to you for a reason.
And confidentiality.
Exactly. Don't be telling the sister business. She came to you. If she wanted everybody else to know, she would come to the congregation.
She would have made a public announcement.
Exactly.
Can you slide the camera off real quick?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you can do it at the top of the screen.
Okay.
Yes, just slide it. No, girl, with your finger.
I don't know what's happening.
At the top.
Oh!
I need to take my mask off.
But Kanye, it's dark right now, I think. But
oh, you don't have the slide thing?
I don't know what's happening.
You're able to just slide it. It's working.
It is?
Yes.
Shalom, everybody. I know we have not been seeing the chat. We've been neglecting the chat. I'm so sorry. But you can go off camera for a second.
Oh, you can do it at the top. Okay, now. Okay.
Sorry, my head's voice over just thing is right there. But
you don't have it.
Just stop. Move. How did you do that? How did you do that?
I told you it was at the top.
Wait, is this little thing?
Yes.
I did not know that was a thing.
I was still.
Oh my gosh! You just taught me about my own laptop. Wow, that's fancy. I've never seen anything like that.
That's what she meant by I'm the tech savvy one.
She's definitely the tech savvy one, y'all. But bear with us for a second. I'm still keep talking. But yes, Lord willing, sisters are having a blessed Sabbath in the spirit. That might be most of our precepts. I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully this was edifying to y'all.
Why I had something else to say?
I know. I'm just saying. That's most of our lessons. Just gonna get on here, say what she got to say, and constantly back to the basics. We gotta get back to the basics because the milk is important. Loving your sister is vital in the truth. It's vital in the truth, and we don't want that to be the reason why we can't make it to the kingdom.
Time.
It's because we can't learn how to love.
Time. I agree.
We're back.
Sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna do this. Sorry, I didn't look it up.
Okay.
But come on, man. You can never this is milk OG. You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it too much. These are things we need to know because we can't get the kingdom without this. Can you go to James 5:16 and after that Ecclesiastes 4:9? And then you still got two more pieces to pull. These two right here.
Okay, fine.
So confess your faults one to another and pray for one another that you know what, start at 14, but look at John. Okay. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let him pray over him. Anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up. And if you have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him. Confess your faults one to another and pray for one another, that you may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. So when we're going through spiritual times, when we're going through spiritual hard times, you're spiritually sick. You need to reach out to sisters so they can pray over you. In the name of Habashimashah, and the prayer of faith shall save the sick. And then jump 16, we have to confess our faults. We have to confess our when you going on, and we sin every day. So I'm not saying every time you see him, hey sis, I need to tell you this. But when when you're really struggling in the spirit, when you're battling demons, confess that. That's what confessing your faults is, battling the demons you're struggling. It's being real and open and honest about the demons that you're battling. It's being vulnerable. It might not feel good to talk about what you're battling, but we all in this flesh. And you need to tell sisters so sisters can pray and fast with you. So being a sister is also praying for your sister. Two is better than one. Don't isolate yourself, sisters. Sometimes, of course, yes, we're going to be in a season of isolation. Sometimes, but still reach out to sisters. You don't, and I say this a lot, you don't have to tell sisters every single thing that's going on. Sometimes you can just reach out and say, hey, can sisters throw prayers up for me? But other times you need to let sisters know what's going on so they can really warn the spirit with you, so they know what precepts to send you. You know what I mean? And, something also not looking down upon that sister because of what she's dealing with.
Mm.
That goes in that Galatians 6:2, because let she also be tempted with the same thing. She's in the flesh, and the most I can put that upon you if you're moving in that spirit. So be sincere with your counsel. Don't give off counsel. Make sure you pray before you give counsel. That's what I do. Make sure you pray before you give counsel. And it's okay if you don't know. If you know you don't really have the experience, or it's a sister that can better help her, send her to that sister so you can be blameless. Hey sis, I'll give you some encouraging words and some precepts, but I know a sister that can actually really help you more than me. If it's okay with you, I'd like to connect you with her.
Simple.
Yeah. And Ecclesiastes 4:9, can you go to that? Two is better than one. So we need to make sure we're being there for one another. Like the sister said, text sisters back, bro. Like, text sisters back. You ain't got to do it right away, right when they text. But honestly, typically that's what I do. Like, if a sister texts me, I typically hear their back up right then and there. One, so I don't forget. And two, hell, I ain't doing nothing else.
Right.
And sometimes I might text back late. I'm not gonna act like I don't text back. And it's okay to text back late sometimes. Like, I'm not saying you can't text back late. They got to be right there. I understand we're busy, but we're saying is eventually get back to sisters. Don't let it go too long and you hit the sister back. Make sure you're checking on sisters. And don't just check on the sisters you normally talk to. Reach out to some sisters you ain't talked to in months, weeks. That's what you need to be doing. Reach out to sisters that you ain't really heard from. Mm-hmm. Reach out to sisters, like you might be in a group chat, check on sisters on the side. Yeah. That personal relationship. How you doing in the spirit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that. But Ecclesiastes 4:9, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone. When he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and the 3/4 quarters may be quickly broken. So how are you going to uplift somebody? And you can't be uplifted and if nobody's up there to help. So let me hold on. If somebody fall, ain't nobody gonna be. Let's say for you taking a walk in the park, right? And it's a ditch. You fall in the ditch, but you by yourself. Can't nobody pick you about the ditch.
Don't nobody know you in the ditch,
right? Because you ain't told nobody. You ain't told nobody you was this close to falling away. You ain't told nobody you was this close to falling in the ditch. So when you feel don't let it get to the point where you feel like you're down on your last and I'm just done. Reach out to just before it gets to that point. So sisters gonna war with you in the spirit. Don't reach out at the last minute. It's okay to be vulnerable. And it's not always an easy thing to be vulnerable, especially coming from the world. But that's putting off the old woman and healing from your past and traumas and things like that. No, sisters are not your enemy in this walk. Sisters are not your enemy. And sisters, I'm also say this: sisters not always gonna be sincere. All Israel is not Israel. There's gonna be some fake sisters.
Yeah,
it's gonna be some fake sisters. But you gotta make sure you be blameless and you show real love and you be sincere, because we gotta stand before your house shine that day.
Right.
And we gotta answer for our behavior. So you just make sure you do your part. Matthew 5:44, but I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use and persecute you, that you may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh his sun to shine to rise on evil and on the good, and send rain on the just and on the unjust. For you love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do even the publicans the same? And if you salute the brethren only, what do what do you more than others? Do not even the publicans. So be therefore perfect, even as your Father is in heaven is perfect. So basically, what Christ is saying, don't only show love to them, don't show love to you. You not no different than the sinners. You know, you gotta love them that don't love you. You gotta salute those and say and speak to those sisters that don't speak to you. And I'm not saying kiss nobody, but I ain't saying that, but you know, there's gonna be sisters that might do you, you know, that
act funny.
Yeah. Still pray for the sister.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying be nobody a doormat either, because me and the sister Lily did a podcast about this. You ain't gotta sit around and get mistreated. You know, if you know, if a sister calls offense and y'all can't really move past it, you forgive. That don't mean you gotta really stick around. Some things you just can't come back from, and that's okay. Some things you might just gotta distance yourself from.
Long-handled spoon.
Yeah, love you from a long-handled spoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like we were saying, there's gonna be, and even in the world, there's gonna be people that y'all don't have time sisters in the world and meme at me and be rude at the checkout or something like that.
Yeah.
But you still thank you, have a good day.
Right.
Pray for them.
Gotta be that light.
That's how you be that light. Pray for
that.
No. But yeah, it's praying for your sisters in the world, in the truth, and in the world. You know, so kind.
Wait, that is a
Yeah, it is. And like we were saying, you know, every sister's not gonna be sincere, but it's still praying for that sister, being the bigger person. When situations arise in the truth, there might be a sister, she might be tripping out on you. But you know what, sis, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna pray for you, you know, here's what it is. It's not having get back.
No.
You know what I mean? That sister, to hell with that sister. And y'all ain't got to talk, but it's still, you know, how you moving in the spiritual. So how you feel about her in your heart, you know, not holding a grudge in your heart, praying for the sister. But kind, you got it.
This is chapter 16, the same chapter, Matthew 5. Let your light so shine before men that they might see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So we gotta let our light shine before citizens in the truth, citizens in the world. You gotta be blameless as possible and just be attentive. Be attentive, just like the sis brought out. Like if you see, you know, you in a large group chat or something, you gotta be attentive and circumspect. You notice a certain sister, she's usually live and bubbly, and you know, she's saying this and that, she's very active, and then she kind of just falls face of the earth. You know, but you don't even think about it because you know, you gotta be attentive. Like Sister said, hit her up on the side, maybe give her a random phone call or something. Check on her. Stuff like that. Those little things go a long way, and you never know what somebody might need. And be like, dang, now that's a sister. You know, nobody even knew I was going through it, but when she called me, when she texted me, that really touched me and brought my spirits up from whatever I'm dealing with.
Yeah, you never know how to help somebody, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's all I really had. And I know you had Hebrews 10:24.
Yep. Provoking one another to good work.
And it's also going to what you need to hear and what you don't want to hear. You need to hear, but you might not want to, but you need to. It's encouraging sisters to do better. And it's like it's challenging sisters. Hey, we going, it's fasting. You know, Sister Kasaki just dropped a video on multiplying your talents. It's provoking sisters to use their talents. Yep. You know what I mean? It's provoking sisters to read more. We provoking sisters to love better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Provoking to love and to good works. So they go both, you know, hand in hand. We have all the good works all day, but you know, we ain't got love. We're nothing.
That's 1 Corinthians 13. You gotta get that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get that.
Jonathan, 10 o'clock?
Yep.
Time is so funny. So the first one. Uh-oh. Oh, too far. This is 1 Corinthians 13:2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have no charity, I am nothing. Even though charity and love synonymous. So we have to have charity, we have to have love. It's just necessary. It's necessary in this walk. You're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it if we don't have it.
We can have. You could beat them. You could know a lot of precepts. You could, you know how to sew, know how to cook. You know how to do a lot of things. But you don't got love, it all goes to naught. So we have to make sure moving in love, because that is one of the most important things. Having sincere love and being there for your sisters.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 8. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. That's deep. I gotta work on personally. Everybody, you're not gonna get along with everybody. Some people will kind of make you feel like some type of way, but it's saying you gotta rebuke that thing. You can't work no ill towards your neighbor. You can't be wishing bad upon this person. You can't be wishing that whatever wicked thoughts that Satan try to throw on you. It reads, therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. So that's all the precepts I had.
That's all I had too. Well, when this is edifying, I can't believe we have a video in an hour.
Yeah.
That is a
rare.
Yeah.
A rarity.
Yeah, we done broke the record with that.
Okay.
But kind of Lord, this is edifying. Lord willing, we'll be back in 2 weeks. But yeah, let's get back to the basics, sister. Loving our sisters. And also something else I want to harp on, have alms. Alms is not always monetary. Alms, before we just get it real quick. Alms is also in the spirit, praying for your sisters, fasting with your sisters, sending your sisters precepts. Because alms is basically helping.
Yeah.
That's how you help in the spirit. But if you got anything to give, then give it. And that's 1 Peter 4:8. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. And then let's go to Tobit 4. There's one in Tobit 4, there's one in Tobit 12. Tobit 4:7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither truly turn thy face away from any poor. And the face of Yahweh shall not be turned away from thee. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou hast but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. But thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity, because the alms doth deliver from death, and suffer not to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it, in the sight of the Most High. So if you got alms to give it.
Alms is definitely important. And I did a video on that, I think last week. So if sisters want to check that out, by all means, Lord willing is edifying to the body. So all praises to the Most High. The Sabbath is now over. If you're on the East Coast, Lord willing, it was a mighty one. Lord willing, we have a mighty week in the spirit, productive.
Better than last week.
That's right. Trying to be better than we were last week. We're new women in this thing. New week, new us. We're refreshed and rested, Lord willing, coming off the Sabbath. We love y'all so very much. And we pray that we can be consistent with these sister chats every 2 weeks, bi-weekly.
And if y'all got video, if y'all got topic requests, send them to us. We kind of call her like, how about you know,
Shalom.
Shalom.